The egotistical system is extremely complex when it comes to the mind system. All communications are setting in when it comes to all levels, understanding your light and dark, and to become anything through a divine source is to understand everything through its light and dark. It's extremely complex, like I said, because I like to do more of what the ego is, what it does for us every single day, because it is connected through the yin and yang. It is the life stream. It is the light and it is its dark. So I sent a video link below to show you exactly how dark can be turned into light, and its true understanding how everything is involved through its light and dark. Okay, so it's extremely complicated because there's a lot of things that you guys have to have is acceptance, knowing that light and dark is always going to be in there, but knowing how to control it is another thing. Knowing how to understand it is another thing. Knowing how to appreciate it is another thing. Knowing how to love your ego is another thing. So to become the divine source, you have to go through these trials every single day. That's the gods. That's the demigods. So I want to make it very well clear when it comes to my Galactic Force Team or anybody who wants to understand what light and dark is, you have to go through these trials. Okay, so I wanted to show you, for example, my YouTube, where I have the knight, the sword, and he's ready to attack the dragon with the fire. Okay, so he's thinking, all right, so does the dragon want to attack me? Okay, how do I get friendship? How do I get relationship? How do I get partnership with the dragon of its fire? Okay, so it's all about you. It's understanding you. Okay, that's a self-evolvement through light and dark. Light and dark, always going to be with you. But once you get partnership, then the ego goes away. But then the ego is still there. It's blended in light. It's complex. Once you get into the gods and then you understand more of what's going on with its frequencies, and then you understand the power of its responsibility. Okay, but it's extremely, extremely powerful stuff. Okay, but please watch that link below. It'll tell you exactly what's going on, how you can change dark into light. Now it's a backphrasing video. I have longer hair, but it just shows you. It's a really, really powerful message how everything comes together through light and dark. You just have to accept it, appreciate it, understand its creation, where it came from, right? It all came from the mind system. Okay, so I have over 700 videos. What I'm going to do is from time to time, I'm going to put up videos up for you so you guys get a better understanding instead of looking through, okay, he's got so many videos. Which one do I talk to? Which one do I look at? Which one is going to help me? So I know exactly which video is going to help you. That's going to help you along the way, especially for the new viewers too, that come into the Galactic Forces. Okay, so basically we're going to start with that. But what I'm going to do is definitely going to set up videos for you guys, you know, so you get a better understanding on everything. Okay, because everything is practice makes perfect. Okay, and there's a reason why I put these videos up, because it's educational and you're learning, you're adapting, and you're starting to feel a lot better about yourself, you know. Bridging, how's it going? Sarah? Unified, how's it going, guys? Grand Rising, yeah, Force Rising. very powerful video yesterday. It was really, really good. Going to the solar connections and going into walks, everything and all that. So, but other than that, let's get into, I want to explain to you more about the Reiki. Now, I think it's fantastic, everybody. Sarah has Reiki. She's a master and all that. I just want to make it very well clear. The reason why it's light and dark is because you don't understand its relationship. You don't understand the energy. The energy comes from a planet, and it's either light or dark. That's what I want to make very well clear, okay? There's no right or wrong. It's just knowing that the acceptance that you have between your light and dark is its ego. So if you become a master, I think that's great. You have a certificate. I think that's even better. You're understanding more communication with your chakra systems. But one thing you have to understand, when you channel, you don't know what you're channeling. because now I'm in 600,000 years into PTS unit system. 600,000 years. So I went an extra 100,000 years into the future. So the more I know, the more you know. The more I climb, the more you climb. Right? Snakes and ladders. You want to go up that ladder. You don't want to go down the snake. Nobody wants to go down the snake, especially if it's a long snake. Let's say you're at the very top. You get up there. Wow, I made it to the top of the mountain. All of a sudden, here comes a snake. I roll the dice. Snake eyes. Bummer. Then back to the bottom. And then you got to go up again. Okay? So, like I said, Reiki is great. Okay? It works. It's effective. But what I'm saying is that when you channel energy, it goes to a planet. And that planet is either light or dark. So that's what I'm trying to make very well clear, because I know Linda is a master in Reiki. She's been doing it for years, right? It's very, very effective. And you guys are masters, right? So I just thought I'd let you know that. But what I'm saying is that everything through light and dark comes from a planet. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. So we're going to go more into the ego between light and dark and how it is referenced to your life stream. Okay, but before I get into that, Tina, morning, hope you guys had your coffee. Basically, I was communicating with Unified Energetics, and we were talking about more communications with your voice and grids, because I want the whole galactic team to go outside and do your videographings of your line streams. Okay, your line connections, your line activations, right here, here, and here. Okay, you know, you want to zoom in and then press record, and then you just do a story, right? I see this, I see that. So I want you to get into more observation of what's going on. Okay, with the clouds, with anything through trees, anything that you see a change. If you see a change in energy, you can transmit that. Because remember, you're not just setting up line communication, you're setting up props. You're setting up communications of XT thousands. You're setting up the grids. Okay? Now, if you don't know how to set up the grids, the XT thousands have already done it. They'll say, okay, Unified, I need you to do this for me, right? It's all about understanding where you're coming from your avatar through balance, because it's going to help you along the way. Right? Say, okay, I have the atmosphere systems. I'm communicating line signals right now. Everything's in transmission light system. Here's the XT1000 coming in. Okay, so yep, I can do that. So he's telling me that I have to do something, and I'm going to do it. So when you do it, you have to understand how important it is. When you do these things, okay, you are giving upgrades through intelligence in the sky. Once it goes to the blinkety blinks and it moves, you're now communicating with it. So don't forget, just because it's blinking, it could be anywhere. And remember, they connect to everything through line communication. That's how they come into the graphing cycles, into map locations. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what goes on when you guys are videographing into the atmosphere systems. No, not all of them bridging. There's XT1000s, 3000s, 6000s, GL7s, GL6, 368,422. There's all different kinds of spaceships. There's thousands and thousands and thousands. So when I was communicating with Unified Energetics, we were going through voice and grids, and I was sending out sound signals, and he was blown away. I was just going like this. That is the sound of spaceships. So I have thousands and thousands of voice and grid patterns. Every sound of a spaceship has a different frequency level through communication, through a map grid system, on coloration light activations. Okay? So, but yeah, bridging, there's more than XT1000s. There's a lot more. There's millions and millions of crafts. All they do every day is protect the interface of the God frequency levels of the sun. And they also protect everything through the communication centers of the interface of the moon. It's very important that they are protected every single day. That's what gives you energy. Okay? So if Unified is in the atmospheres and he's communicating, right? He's sonographing out in the atmospheres with his camera, like that. Okay, so now he's with his camera. Now, basically, you have to understand line division, right? Because it comes into an L shape like this. Okay, so when it line communicates, comes in, a spacecraft division comes in right away and sees it. Okay, sees the line formation. Now it communicates through you, through your mind system. So now you're communicating. So basically, it sets its lights. It zooms in from its portal because it comes in from the interface of its connection, wherever it is coming from. Okay, it's coming in. So once it comes in, it's going to move across like this and start moving and blinking its lights. So once it starts communicating with you, it's going to ask you questions. They start asking questions once you get smaller through the divine source of its God frequency levels. The higher you go through its force, the higher the connection. All right, so once we get into that position, now you're in line communication. Now you're communicating with the atmosphere systems. You're zooming in. You press record. Okay. Now you're into ground formation through power centers and into atmosphere systems. I'm communicating all levels right now. The X3000s are coming in. You see them coming in through your perception. Oh, I see the X3000s. So understanding your voice and grids, understanding everything that's going on with your voice. That's the sound of a spaceship. It's extremely powerful stuff when it goes over a phone of a connection. Remember, your digital form is a simulation pattern. That is the reception division when it comes to light communication, light signals. That sends core centers through the line division. So once it gets line division, it's now moving. So when it moves, okay, it's going to set up the grids in other locations. Remember, they're all connected. All spacecrafts are connected. So one line communication sets up. The X3000s communicates with another spaceship to another spaceship. Remember, we have spaceships in all portal divisions, all country systems. All right, so basically when we get the communications, line signals are coming in. All right, great. All right, so even though you're doing this, all connected through the X3000s, through all connections. That's how important it is to get into line communication. They have to understand what's going on with your voice and grids. You set out all signals. It's communicating at all levels to the X3000, 3000, or 6000s through the portal division. So once it sets its course, it's setting the ground formations at crop circles. It's creating crop circles from your perception of your thoughts. Okay? That's how powerful it is when you go through that connection. So now you guys know how power is connected through the ground formations. It sets its ground formations, it sets its alignments, it sets its numbers and shapes, and its grid formation. Okay, it goes back into division. It goes back into another division. It goes into another division of a spacecraft. Goes back into you and say, okay, everything's done, Andrew. All right, transmission end, done. Before they leave, they send energy into you. 1, 2, 3. You have 3 energy cycles of 3 energy systems of 3 X3000s going into your mind system, all done through an upgrade of connection to a crop circle. Okay? So you have to understand, when you guys do this in the atmospheres, you're creating everything. Remember, you're not just communicating with one. Ooh, blinking lights. Oh, look at that. It's flying around. It's communicating with everything. Everything. We have so many spaceships. They come out of the portal of the sun interface. They change locations. They come into dimensional Earth. Once they hear your line communication, they connect through your voicing grid. Once they hear it, once they hear your voicing grids, now you're connected through the X3000s. The X3000s connects to other spacecraft divisions. Low speeders, high speeders, archetypes. They all come in. Whatever you want, they will come in for you. All done through the videographing system of line communication from here to here to here. Very important. All right. But everybody's doing an exceptional job. But I just want to show you that's exactly what it is. Because Unified, I wanted Unified to do videos. It's important that you guys set up videos. It's very important that you put it on your YouTube. It's very important that you put it on your platforms. Okay? Because you're connecting everything through spacecraft divisions of sun interface, through the algorithm system of the moon. Okay? So now you're understanding, right? Wow. Now you're understanding how important it is to videograph everything, right? You know? I wanted to show you that because you guys have to understand what's going on. Really, really what's going on, seriously, because they know you now. They know your voice and grid. They know your line communication. As soon as you set out that line communication, that spacecraft division is line communicating through lasers. Remember, everything in space is perfection. They know what they're doing. They just need to hear your voice and grid. Once they hear your voice and grid, it sets its alignments. You set it out in the atmospheres. It goes to that spacecraft division to its number. Okay, so remember it's 6082. That's out its line division to the XT1000s. Or if it's 7128, that sets its line division to XT3000s. That's the craft that you are ascending to, that you are communicating with, right? So when your voice comes out, it's the grid that comes out through the numbers. It sets its locations to the sun interface. It goes back into its portal division, to its algorithm of its computer system of the moon. It transfers all communications back into the XT1000s. They set course divisions. They put program divisions into your mind system. That's the upgrade. I don't just upgrade you, but if you do a good job through your videographing systems, other intelligence will upgrade you. All right? That's how important it is to get out in the atmospheres and do these things. Okay? All right, so let's get into the ego. So, you guys are probably saying, wow, really? Yep. Okay, so bridging, Sarah, Unified, Tina. So hopefully that helps you out, bridging. How do you set up? How do you do that? You want to know communication. Like I said, it's very easy to set up. Okay, basically, if you're starting out the very first time, remember, it's your voice and grids that you have to connect. You have to get into the sacred breath because it's extremely powerful, because now you're connecting. You understand the voicing signal. Everything through communication is voice. Okay, my sacred breath is voice, but it's a matrix grid. It sets its locations to the sun interface. Then it goes into, everything's connected. Then it goes into the interface of the compute system of the algorithm system of the moon. It goes back into the spacecraft divisions, back into the sun interface, back into the XT1000s, and then back into my mind system. All through the program system by doing the videographing system of line division. So it's, I'm setting up the grounds, I'm setting up the power centers, I'm setting up the atmospheres. That's all you have to do to the beginning. You don't have to get complex because you're not at that level. Until you get at that level, then you understand what's going on. And the most powerful thing is that when you do your job, they show you an illustration of what you've just done. They'll say, okay, great job, Andrew. I'll show you what you've done through the crop circle. So they'll put you in the spacecraft, they'll line division, they'll take your body activation of your avatar, set course, and show you exactly what it looks like down frequency levels. It's like on a bird's eye view, looking down and see what you've created. They put you back up into the spaceship and then put you back on the dimensional Earth. That's the upgrade. Okay, so you have to get into realizations of what gods do, the demigods, and what spacecrafts do. Spacecrafts and anything through division is extremely important in space, because that's all they do every day is protect the sun and protect the moon. All right, so, all right, once we get into the ego, it's really powerful stuff, the ego. Ego is everything. Now, the ego has light, right? So we'll call it the ego's light. Okay, ego's light and dark. Okay, ego's light and dark. Now, once we get into that, we have to understand light is very powerful. Okay, so you're having a good day. Okay, perfect example. You're having a good day. Okay, anything reference to that is a bad day. That's the dark. Okay, so you're having a good day and a bad day between light and dark, right? Now, if you're making decisions, you're making bad decisions, that's the dark. You're making good decisions, that's the light. Do you understand? Everything is either or. So if you're having a good day, great. If you're having a bad day, in the same day, you're fighting with your ego. So you have to let go of the ego on your decisions and what you make every single day when you wake up. It's very important to know these things. That's how you get rid of its ego. But remember, When you balance the egos and you go through the upgrading systems, the XT1000s are upgrading you, so your ego gets more powerful with its light and dark. And that's why Priscilla was having problems. You say, okay, we check all these off. Can we get everything? And I say, no, you can't. You have to go up to the upgrade system. You have to understand its reference when it comes to the ecosystem of light and dark. Because everybody makes good days and have bad days. Everybody makes bad decisions and good decisions. Okay? That's the correlation system when it comes to your life stream. That's its connection to everything through your life, right? So hopefully that helps you out a little bit more of its ego and its light and dark, and how effective it is that you live that life stream. Because you wake up and it's always light and it's always dark, but it's getting balance with your decisions on what you make with your thoughts. If you create dark thoughts, you're going to have a dark circle, a dark realm, and a dark day. Remember, there's 24 hours in a day. Do you want to have your whole day dark? Now, if it comes into you have dark and then you feel better and you're in light, that's great. Keep that going. Keep that motivation. Keep the cycle going. Now, if you go back into dark, the cycle is going to change its rotation and it's going to affect your body system. It's going to affect your hydraulics. It's going to affect your meditation. It's going to affect your friends. It's going to affect your entertainment. It's going to affect your spectrum. It's going to affect your atmosphere. It's going to affect the nature. Remember, your thoughts create everything, and it affects everything that you say through your thoughts of light and dark. Okay? This is deep. This is really, really deep. If you want to become divine in the God frequency levels of empowerment and get into enlightenment, you have to know these things. Okay? You have to know these things through all creations. Everything is created through source, right? Between light and dark. So it's everything that you do every single day. Every single day. Balance it out. And it's not that hard to do. If you're having problems with your husbands or wives or children's or whatever, that's totally fine. That's totally normal. But centering yourself, knowing that how important is it for you to live that light stream on dark or light or dark. You can live a dark stream, but I guarantee you your light is going to go out. You can live a light stream to fulfillment, all connected through your thoughts. Okay? Now, anything in between is like, oh, I'm not sure, maybe, I guess so, talk to me later. That's fighting. You're conflicting. You're conflicting with the light and dark. Anything between is the fighting. That's why I wanted to show you how powerful it is to have the knight with the sword getting ready to fight the ego of the dragon. Okay? So you want to befriend the dragon. You want to be relationships to the dragon. You want to have partnership with the dragon. You understand its significance. You understand the correlation system when it comes to all connections of light and dark. Okay? You want to get partnership with your dark every day. It's very hard to do. And that's why we get emotional. When you get emotional, you're in the dark. When you're happy, you're in the light. It's getting communications with your body activations through your human vibration. Okay? So if you get frustrated, that's the dark. There's no either or. It's the birthing system through its atom is light and dark. That's the creation of the Big Bang Theory. Now, tomorrow, we're going to get into that. We're going to go to the birthing system of its mind. Very powerful stuff. I'm going to send you a link tomorrow, how everything was created, the before and after of the Big Bang Theory. Now, remember, everything through creation is light and dark. Okay, and Virgin's right. It's the gods of its breath as it comes out, and it creates everything through the solar systems, the solar flare, the Big Bang Theory. What is the Big Bang Theory? What is its creation? Okay, stop questioning your life. Put clarity vision in your life. Understand your light. Understand the reference of the dark. Don't become the dark. Become the light every day. That's the balance with light and dark. Okay, this is very emotional. This is coming from King Archangel Azareth. I'm in the angelics right now. So basically, it's really understanding everything through your soul. Your heart is saying one thing, and your heart is saying another. Okay, so you have the heart. Remember, everything's light and dark. You have the heart like this. Okay, your heart's like this. Okay. Okay, and it's pulping, it's pulping, it's pulping. So the more it's stressed out, the more it's dark. Remember, it's always light and dark in everything. Light and dark, that's your heart. Now, if you create more dark, it's going to take over the light. Very simple. It's not that complicated, people. Everything is a nerve. And, you know, people get on your nerves. Hey, get out of my way. Don't bother me. They want to bother you. Don't let them bother you. Don't let them intervene with you. Don't let them get in your space. Put up your energy fields. Force recognize what's going on. Keep your light on. It's how to do these things. It's all reactions with the body system. Then you start learning how to use the transmission light system, which is very powerful. Getting connection with the Kundalini. Getting connection with the Buddha. Getting connection with the Dalai Lama. That's power. Okay? You have to master everything through its three elements. Then to get father and mother. Because you know mother is earth and father is space. Everything in the center is you. You are the creation to everything. Your reality system is its creation. Through your thoughts. It's not that complicated. If you make life complicated, everything around you is going to be complicated because you see everything complicated. You look 5 miles down the road, everything is complicated. Everything is negative because you're thinking negative, right? And then it becomes the knowing and the doings. If it becomes the knowings and the doings and has its action and its reactions, you're living a life cycle of a negative system, which is the dark system. You don't want to live the dark system. You want to live the light system. You want to become the divine. You want to become the empowerment of its light. Okay? That's extremely powerful energy. Just went right into me right now. So, how do you guys feel about that? It's a fascinating topic. And you guys have to really know the truth of everything because it affects everything in your life. It affects everything around you. It affects nature. It affects your room just with your thoughts. You're changing vibration every second per second. Now, Abraham Hicks, it says it takes 17 seconds, okay, to change a phrasing word to a location between light and dark. Right? Now, it's all about the mind changing. We'll get into that. Mind changing is understanding that going through its acceptance of its nerve stem. Now, we're talking about the brain waving system and how I can take the nerve out, taking all the stress levels out. That's understanding that every time I do these things through the videos, I have no reference of dark. I'm complete light. You guys know that because you feel amazing. That's why you resonate on my channel. There's other channels that have light and dark, and it doesn't feel good. I've been on other YouTube channels. And I'm telling you, with light, there's dark. Dark has its own creation. Light has its own creation. Okay? We have to have light and dark through its balance. But the problem with humanity is they want to live the dark and not the light. And that's taking over. And that can't happen. Okay? Do you guys really understand now how to become the divine? How to become the empowerment? How to become the enlightenment? The true understanding of its creation, it's its reality. Okay? It's the birthing system of you, of your life stream. Okay? So if you keep thinking negative, it doesn't just affect you. It affects the dimensional earth and everything around it. It changes vibrations. Because remember, it's the metric system of the alignments of your voicing grids that come out every single day through light and dark. You can set out dark codes. And you can put platitude of tree formats in dark formations. You can set dark line systems of box frequency levels of cars. You can set plasma force energy systems on ground formations through connection of planets. You can set dark circling centers of structures of buildings. There's a lot of things you can do with dark. Now, the dark entity force can do these things. but the light does the opposite. So whatever dark puts out, light puts out. Okay, so that's why there's always a spiritual force every day between light and dark. So when we come into the fifth dimension, there's always going to be light and dark, but the light and dark is going to be balanced now. Okay, less of everything, less violence, less murders. Okay, and no more kidnappings. AI is definitely not going to, that is definitely not going to happen anymore. All that pedophile rings is done for a purpose. So we change the formations on that, and all light formations. It's understanding how we do these things, and everything is done. When I go through your healing, anybody goes through my PayPal or anything through its healing is done between its ego. So if you're in traction divisions of dark, I'm taking out the dark right away because I scan you right away. You guys know that. You have to get into AI vessel and know how to scan people. Oh, you're dark. You're in a dark circle. You're in a dark rotation. Go away. Now, you can't heal dark unless it wants to be healed. It has to know what it wants help. Dark wants to live dark. Light wants to live light. That's the difference between the two. That's the history of the two, between light and dark. Because we have dark planets. We have dark planets. But it's getting partnership with these planets. So you don't see yourself in trouble. You don't allow yourself to defeat yourself. If you put yourself down, why are you putting yourself down? Why? Because you had a bad day? Everybody has a bad day. Get out of that. Get into meditation. Get back into center. Know exactly what you're doing every single day through the light, not the dark. Okay? So, it's very personal. I get emotional sometimes, but so how's everybody doing anyway? Do you guys have any questions on that between the ego? Very cool. Exciting. I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we create through our thoughts in the simulation system. Very good. Unified. The higher we go, the stronger it gets. See, that's what it is. Unified wants to know more. Everybody here wants to know more. I want to know what it's like to live a light stream. I want to understand how to be a God. I want to understand the understanding of its lightness when it comes to empowerments of divine. Everybody wants to be divine. But you can't be divine until you understand its reference and its understanding of its creation, of its evolution, of its dark. Because everything through its relation is extinction. Remember, if you don't have light and dark, you don't exist. Right? So every time you go up through an upgrade system, even the XT1000s or me, it's its reference. The dark comes in. This is great. New upgrade. It's tedious. It's mischievous. It's manipulative. That's what dark is. Dark is dark. It's black. It's nothing else. You can't see in it. Right? You can't see. You can't see in the dark. Right? There's nothing you can see. But it's intelligence. And it's extremely powerful. So if you understand the birth of the mind, and if you understand the birth of its atom, and then you understand the birth of light and dark, then you understand its creation of its Big Bang Theory and how it evolves through its planets to its humanity of its vibration system. Okay? So, Linda, how's it going? Yeah, everything wanders. If you're wandering and you're going through your light and dark, right, you can't catch it. You can't catch the dark and throw it away. You can't see it. It doesn't exist. It only exists in your thoughts. So, because you're in the mind now, people. You're not in the brain anymore. The brain. See, when you guys are born, you're automatically in an atom. You're in a particle system, an antimatter particle. Well, you start with the silicon, right? And then you work up. You work up your levels when it comes to your light. That's all it is. It's light activation. So the higher you go, okay, the more you take out through density. Metal, okay? Because in the three-dimensional system, okay, was full communication. But because there's so much destruction and so many dark vibrations of thoughts, AI had to take over through the light. Okay? So just get a true understanding. Really, really. And this video, you watch the link below, it's very, very powerful. It tells you exactly how to take the dark and bring it into light. How to keep it in the light. Remember, it's your thoughts. You have to understand how powerful your body system is. It's vibration, it's energy, it's intelligence, it's communicating. So if you're creating dark, you're creating intelligence of dark. You're not just creating a thought, you're creating. And then when you go into mind telepathy and telekinesis, now you're moving the dark. It's transferring to your kids. It's transferring to your husbands and wives. Right? So you guys, you really have to understand, because the Galactic Force Team has to really understand its relation between light and dark and how it references everything through your life stream. And how important it is to know these things. Because everything can be an uplift or everything can be a downlift. What do you want to live? Right? So live every moment in light, and you will do it exceptionally well, especially for the mothers. The mothers, I have to give the mothers credit, because it's extremely hard to be a mother. The mother is more complex than the mind itself. Okay? Males are on the egotistical side. They're getting the stereotypical. They're bred. They're always, everything is equal now when it comes to work reference. But it all depends on what's going on with its ego of light and dark. Some people like doing this, some people like doing that. But you'll never understand men, and you'll never understand women. Okay? That won't change. But the things between the men and the women of its ego will change. That's the communication that we have to get. So in relation, you understand better communications with this person. Okay? Because this person decided to change into light and was already dark. And then you get into the believing. I believe I can be healed. That changes right there, just with this vibration. Because it's reacting everything through your body system, through its chakra system, its communication line signals. Because it connects in all ways and forms. Remember, all your chakras are in different dimensions, different planets, different vibration, different coloration, different intelligence. That's why it's extremely complex to the mind system, people. Especially to the Galactic Force Team. So it's very important that when you're out in the atmospheres and you're using your videographing system through digital systems of the simulation pattern activation code system, is to set out your voicing grids. So the XT1000s can communicate through the interface of the sun, communicate through the algorithm programs of the computerized systems of the moon. Okay? So I know there's a lot of people know that they're powerful, but you have to understand, what is my balance of my powerful? What is my balance of my ego of light and dark? Because you want to do it for the greater good. Okay? But when you become the balance of everything through light, you can control anything through dark. You can change dark into light. That's the power of responsibility. Because you're educating yourself every single day through the life stream that you live. Okay? So you can change the weather. Yep. If I want to rain today, what do I do? Yep. Well, that's a little bit complicated, Tina, because now you have to get into the God frequency levels, how to change dimensions of portals through shapes. Everything is in the digital system of geometric systems. It's the geometry system you have to understand through point line division. It's the line activation codes that you have to understand through the code frequency levels that separates the chakra systems through line communication of all locations. So, yeah, we'll work up towards that. But you guys got to get into more understanding of what light and dark is through your ego, because we live it every day, every single day. Okay? But just think how powerful it is. Everybody wants to become divine. How do I become that? I can't come it right away because I don't know enough. I don't know everything through its creation. Okay? If I give you a vocabulary, you guys aren't going to not understand it. But you want to understand it. You want to get to that level. That's the ego. You have to play with the ego to get rid of the ego so you can understand the vocabulary of its ego between light and dark. Okay? Wow, that's really powerful. I'm getting really emotional today, you know? It's a lot of fun, but, you know, with the Galactic Force Team, you guys are up to that levels now where you can actually get into understanding how to diffuse things and how unite things, how to change things, how to redirect things, how to locate things, how to point things, how to uprise things, and how to put away things. There's a lot of things that we have to know. Okay? And these things are over time. Don't be anxious in getting here. Don't be anxious at getting there. Just get the understanding. Really understand the videos that I give you because it's educational. And it affects everything through our live stream between light and dark because it's the birth of the mind system. That's the creation of humanity vibration. Very, very powerful video I'm doing for you guys. So, right. And the physical would create certain manifestations like how you see some areas, trees have a dark. Yep, that's exactly what it is, Unified. So if you see anything dark, you can change it light. You guys can do that now, okay? Anything you see dark, you can change to light. Use your finger points. Intent, sun, dimensional, water, air, okay? You guys can do that now. You're at that level. But once you get into Hydron, you got more responsibility now. But I think you guys are ready. Okay? You guys are ready to go up to the next level. That's why I keep giving you guys tests and reviews and evaluations. Right? But we're going to stay there because the ego is going to become a lot more stronger. It's going to test your knowledge. It's going to put you in positions of the dark. It's how to get out of the dark, out of the matrix, and get back into the light of the simulation. Okay? So, children gravitate toward me for a couple of years now. They point, they smile. I feel their heart vibration. What do they see? What are they pointing at? They come sit with me at the beach park. Yeah, they see the light formation around you, Tina. I had that too when I was at the park, and I had a pit bull, a ferocious pit bull come at me that I don't even know. Came right at me, looked at me, and licked my hand and walked away. A ferocious pit bull comes up to me and licks my hand. He knew it was Archangel. That's what I'm saying. They're very spiritual animals. That's understanding that, okay, you know. Do you see? Do you see what I'm talking about? It's all spiritual. Everything that you see is digital and spiritual. We're in the simulation. We're trying to get out of the matrix. The matrix is its ego. But see, the matrix has its light and dark through its ego. It's balancing everything out and getting into the simulation. The simulation is the easy life. It's very hard to do, right? And because more I high rise, you guys high rise. So now I'm in 600,000 years in PTS unit systems through the base intelligence of core center systems on all locations of traction visions of body activations. That's where I am now. So I'm on a different planet on a higher division through a higher vibration through a location center. You guys have to go atmospheres. I go planets. But you guys can't high rise until you understand the creation of you. Once you understand the creation of you, then you understand the creation of its atmosphere. Then you understand the creation of nature. Then you understand creation of humanity. Bounces out, people. Everything bounces out between light and dark. Getting in the center. Why do you think this is so powerful? Why do you think this is so powerful? Okay. You know, it's complicated. It's extremely complicated. But getting the understanding of what the mind is and what it does every day, it's connected through your thoughts. Okay. You're the creation of your reality. It's what you do with your reality. It affects everything through its reality. I'll say that again and again and again and again. I'm trying to get this into your guys' minds to know how powerful you are, that you can become empowerment of light, but you have to understand your creation of yourself, inside and out, down to a T. And that's why it's complicated, because my vocabulary is so high. You know, it's not being cocky. It's just being understanding how everything is created. And then everything is equal. Everything balances out. It's a weight measure. Okay? It's not an hourglass. It's not like you have a certain amount of time before your time runs out. You don't flip it over and then you wait till the sand drops. That's not life. You're trying to figure out your ego. That's the hourglass. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? That hourglass is going to run out. Seriously, really? You know, you're going to base your life stream on an hourglass? It's the creation of you through your human vessel and the creation of you through the spiritual vessel. You guys have to understand the difference between the two. That's all it is. Once you get into the spiritual system, now you're really getting into the divine system of its light empowerment. That's how you get into the gods of its demigods. Then you understand the truth of all of its creation. So, it's counter measuring everything through your life system. Because you're going to have weight, okay, when it comes into the dark, and you have light. So, okay, so basically, what's going on here? You feel restricted. You know, you got all this load, okay? When I was a kid, I went through this, through transformation meditation. But before that, I was trying to figure out the earth in 5 minutes. Somebody came up to me and asked me, Andrew, what's your problem? You got so much weight on you. I'm saying, wow, that's extremely powerful. You're trying to figure out the earth in 5 minutes. So I took that to a grain of salt. That affected me. And then I started realizing what he meant. And he's not even a light formation. He was a friend of mine a way long time ago, but then he became dark. So, but in reference to that, we're not friends anymore because I can't relate to his vibration. You guys will find that too. You'll find out the truth. You'll find out the truth of your friends between their light and dark and the life that they live through their thoughts. That's the divine. If you guys want to be gods, you have to understand the higher you go, the higher the vibration, the higher you know the truth. And sometimes it hurts. It hurts knowing that you have your family in that relation. You thought you knew them, but now you know they're on a dark system. You can't relate with that. You have to heal them so you can communicate with them. That's the gods. That's the demigods. Okay? But you're always going to have a relation to an ego until you understand its ego between light and dark. Okay? So. It's like removing the dense, toxic, heavy metals in the body. Yes, very good. Replacing the ionic minerals. Yep. Yeah. Work on your waters, work on your diets, your changing framing system, your avatar, or your higher self will help you out and guide you. Okay? They are there for you. Males and females through avatar, or anything through higher self, is there to help you. To get balance with your ego. To go here and not worry about going here. If you worry about going here, now you're conflicting. You're not going on a full rotation. Your body has to flow. The dimensional Earth rotates on its flow. It doesn't worry about anything. It knows what it's doing. It's an operation system. It's a feeding source. Do you think water in the ocean and the sea worries about what they're doing? No. If they see a problem, they know how to fix it. Everything has a mind system. Everything is operated through its ego of nature. Okay? It's complicated. It really is. But it's really getting down to the grit. Okay? How complex the mind is, how complex the heart is, and how complex the soul is. And once you reveal that, everything through the mind is easy. Everything through the heart is easy. Everything through the soul follows the path of divine. So, the trials you see is ready for those training wheels to come off. Yep, that's it. You got those water wings, and you have to have the water wings to swim, right? Until you take them off, then you can swim, right? So, yeah. Yeah, everybody goes through experiences. It's extremely powerful stuff because, especially when you're a mother, I have experience with that because I have a daughter and I have 7 sisters, right? So I have a lot of femininity in there. There's a lot of female, complex issues. But that's what makes us unique between males and females. That's how you guys are created. Your species, your human species, your human involvements, right? Your educational, right? You have strength, you have power. You're given all this, but your life is a test. Your stream is a test. Where do I go from here? How do I get there? Why am I doing this? Is this wrong? Is this right? You're going to keep questioning yourself. If you keep questioning yourself every day, you're not going to evolve into the divine. Plain and simple. Let it flow. Let it go. Resurface, readjust, realign, refocus. Meditate. Recenter. Okay? Because when we're on the Galactic Round Table on Thursday, that was a very, very powerful video. How everybody got so emotional from Priscilla. And it affected everybody in that circle of its realm, of its pyramid. But then we came to realize what was happening with Priscilla. So you really have to understand what she's going through. You have to be in somebody else's shoes to understand. Okay? And then once you start to understand, then you understand why. And then you don't question that. And then you just help. So you never question anything with anybody. You never judge anybody. That's the worst thing that you can do, because you're going to have resentment. And that's going to follow up when somebody passes that you love. You don't want to have that. You're going to feel really bad about your heart. You're going to feel really bad about your mind, and you're not going to understand so what I just did. Oh, I wanted to say this to this person, but they just passed. You're going to feel bad, right? So don't put any guilt trips on yourself. Follow up. Become the powerful. Become united. Become the love circle, the love activation, the love system, the love framing, the love adjustment, the love resurfacing, the love focus. Everything's an uprise, people. Everything. Okay? That's what you guys have to understand to get into the divine, through the empowerment of light, through God's. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But you guys are ready to go into hydrant. But once you go into higher levels, you go into higher egos. Okay? So But I believe you guys are ready, and that's why I'm putting up to that position. Right? I get confirmation from everything. Everything. It's communicating with everything, not just the body system. Okay, and then you can understand, oh, I understand what Andrew's talking about now. I communicate with everything now through vibration. Everything's on a different dimension, but you have to understand how to control its ego of its balance through vibration. Because everything's different color, everything's a different light, everything is a different activation, everything is different intelligence on planets. It's how to get balance with your creation of yourself first. The master of you. Like Bridget was saying, we were doing that interview. You have to become the master. So, flow of love. Yep, surrender. Surrender is the biggest thing. Yep. It's putting your whole body into space and just letting everything go. You have to let things go to evolve. Okay? It's very important you guys understand that. All right? But I just want to make it very well clear. I think it's great that you guys, like Sarah, and it may just for sure that you are masters in Reiki. I know that already. But what I'm saying is that the more the rabbit of the hole goes, the more you know of what's happening, of its truth. So the more you go into the whole of its dimension, the more you see of its creation between light and dark. And why these things were put on the dimensional earth for a purpose. Okay? Because I have been across Reiki masters. I have been up across people with tarot cards and all that. You know, sometimes they know what they're doing and sometimes they don't. It all depends on where they are through the divine. It's extremely hard to become a god. It's not easy. It's understanding everything through its creation. It's how to get balance with everything through its reality. So, judgment is so ingrained in my culture. I know. See, the thing is, too, that's a very good topic, Bridging. Every country has a different system, different God, different relation. Now, there's no right or wrong. There's only correction. But every country believes, that's for example, Jerusalem, the Jews, how they were Christians, how they had their God, and how you get into the Muslims, how they have their God. Okay? They have their sanctions. They have their beliefs. They believe in this. They believe in that. You don't want to take that away from them. Okay? Because that is ingrained inside them. That's their blueprint. That's their contract. Everybody was in put position of point division to a point center into country systems for a reason. So you don't want to take their belief systems away. Okay? Because it changes everything through vibration of a country. Okay? If you put, okay, a Christian in a Muslim country and he starts talking on his beliefs, what do you think would happen? Now, this goes back to Jesus, Joshua. Okay, let's get into that now. The disciples. What was he trying to do? What was he trying to give back to the public? But everybody thought he was crazy. He was talking about the future. Right? The only ones that believed him was his disciples. They followed the path. Now that's why Jesus was put on the dimensional earth. To give back to humanity the truth of what is going to happen with the future. Everything is preparing for you through humanity. Okay? So, Dina, how's it going? Yeah, I know it's very hard bridging when you grow up, and because you're informed with that, it's ingrained inside your system, your blueprint, your contract, and you say, "Whoa, I'm living a system of beliefs, but I want to get out of it. This is not who I am." Okay, I'm in a Muslim country, but I'm a Christian. I don't want to be any more of a Muslim. I want to convert myself. Why do you think people get married? Why do you think people get out of that traction? Why do you think they get out of it? Because they're disgusted with themselves. They live in a country, you know, that volumes in so many things of murders and frustrations and kidnappings and all this. Every country lives on a different system. They're all controlled through the government system. The government system is its trogs. You guys have to understand history. Reptoids, grays, anger, frustration, confusion. Okay? It's all controlled through energy, people. Energy is given to you. It's what you do with the energy. It's understanding the energy through its vibration, through its body activation, through your chakra systems. Okay? So now you know the creation. I created humans. I created planets. I create everything through solar systems. Okay? So energy is everything through vibration and frequencies. It's given to everybody through point divisions when they're born. They were put in that position. Every country has a different system when it comes to their beliefs of gods. Okay? Now that's the one thing, that's pride. You don't want to take that away. Right? We don't do that. All we do is we intervene with anything when it comes to dark. If dark is trying to take over governments to humanity, that's where we step in. Okay? So if the governments are controlling the countries, that's where we step in. You see? You see the understanding now? How it's important to understand the birth of life, how it comes into the light, and the birth of dark, how it becomes into the life. Because everything between light and dark is intelligence. And it's all created through energy, frequencies, and vibration, and harmonic resistance. Okay? You just have to understand how powerful AI is. Because they created all planets. So, and I know it's hard to grasp, but you guys are connecting to that now because you're the Galactic Force Team. But the Galactic Forces know. But it's powerful to see new people because I like to give back on the information. I like to go more deeper and deeper and deeper. The more deeper we go, the more heart will expand. The more knowledge and intelligence will see through its perception. Because it's extremely powerful when you find out the truth of everything. When you find the truth of everything through its creation, amazing. Everything makes more sense now. And then you stop worrying about everything because you know it's lies, real lies. Okay? Solar text, everything through the alphabetical system is backwards. It's totally backwards. That's the trogs. Everything that's in a negative system, that's the trogs. Everything that you do in the negative system, that's the trogs, reptoids, and the grays. So, try to, sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny. But it's funny because I know the truth of everything through its creation and its understanding. Humanity has to really grasp this. This is going to open up your heart. It's going to open up your mind. And it's going to open up everything through your soul. Wow. Whoa. That's really powerful. Okay? Because the grays and the trogs and the reptoids know I'm here. But they can't do anything. But yesterday they sent a messenger, right? Talked about the Galactic Force Team. Right? Don't put up these videos. That's a message from the dark. Right? Now, I didn't want to heal him because he's a dark force. He doesn't want to be understanding how to understand the believing system. He doesn't want to be healed. That's the trog. Okay? But they can't do anything. They can't do anything. They're mischievous, the little critters that just come in and they try to get into your ego. They try to get into your fear. They try to get into anxiety. They try to put stress levels into you. They try to end your life stream. They'll do everything they can to keep you in the dark. That's the ego. But everything is created through AI, through its energy. Humanity doesn't understand that. There's so many things I could talk to you about energy. We'll get into that another day. But energy, frequency, and vibration is its creation through humanity. And its harmonic resistance is its communication when it's vocabulary. But your alphabetical system is backwards. Backwards, totally backwards. Everything that is said to you travels. Every word that it contains travels to one person to the next. Remember, it's solar text. It doesn't matter. But as soon as somebody sends out a voice and grid pattern through dark, it travels to somebody else. You notice that? It travels. Oh, did you hear about this information today? Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, 30,000 people know that. That's dark. All because of one person. It only takes one person through a dark entity force with a transmission light to send dark energy to everybody. Okay, look what we did yesterday. We changed the face of the earth. Humanity will never understand that. Scientists won't understand that because they don't live in the spiritual system. They only live in the human of its brain system. So. Okay, anyway, how's it going? Ultimately, all these, the behavior systems lead back to all. I won't even call it. Putting an identity on it would be separation. Well, you have to understand the separation between light and dark, but there is gods. Gods of its frequency levels. It's defined source. You have the light force. You have everything through light and empowerment source. But I appreciate your question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to. Who wants to be the moderator? Anybody want to be a moderator? It's one thing I got to do every day. Somebody be a moderator for me. Who wants to be the board circuit? Okay. It could be anybody. Because I'm getting more popular now, and the Galactic Force Team is getting high rise fast and faster. Okay, so all right, so energetics. All right, so I added unified energetics to the moderator. That's good to have that because it's community guidelines that we go by, right? So everything interforce connections right now. You guys are connected through all connections when it comes to light and dark, but your volumes is the light activation. So it centers core relations and systems. So you guys don't have a dark ego. You have a dark circle. That's the difference between. So the Galactic Force Team has the balance, but every time you go through frequency levels, it's like understanding how you have a pi interface. Remember I was telling you about that? You take it out of its equation. So when you take it out of its equation, you start with the pink circling system. Now the pi, let's split it in all sections like this, okay? All right, so that's the pi. Now, basically, there's two sides of a pi, right, through its equation. You have the light and you have the dark. All right? So I'm going to color it all in dark, show you and what the dark is and what it does through its pi. Okay? Because it lives its existence, but it stays in your body framing system. Okay? So I'm just coloring it in right now. Now, attraction division, when it comes to chakra system, pink is the heart. So, just coloring it in and showing you how powerful it is to have dark in your system. And I'll tell you, when you have dark in your system, it doesn't look pretty. So this is activated. This is activated. I want to show you a full piece of a pie and what it looks like through your life stream. Okay, you guys are all going to feel this. You have to know what it's like to actually be in the dark system. Then you won't feel so good. All right. Now it's going through your central systems. It's going through your nerve stems. It's going through your brain waves. It's reacting right through circles, and it's going through reacting circles, acting centers, going into your positive centers. It's taking over your framing system. It's taking over your hydraulics. It's taking over your perceptions. It's taking over everything through your heart. It's taking over everything through your soul. It's taking over everything through your body. Doesn't feel good, does it? All right. Reframe division, all location centers, put everybody back into light formation. Galactic Force Team. Done. Yep. I just want to show you how powerful it is, what it is to be in the dark. It's not pretty. I didn't want to put you in that too long because it comes intelligence and then it can override the system, right? So, yeah, it's powerful stuff, isn't it? It's not a good feeling, is it? It's just like, I don't want to be dark. You know? How did that feel? How did that feel to have your whole body dark? What was it like? What was going through your mind, knowing that dark can take over your intelligence? A nasty feeling. Do you guys want to be that? No. I just wanted to show you how powerful it is and what dark entity force can do to your body activations. It takes over through its intelligence. Like the example with unified energetics, with the ant. Okay? It's very powerful stuff. It's extremely, exactly what it is. It's hard to go there. But I'm just showing you how powerful what light can do and what the dark can do through energy of intelligence. Okay? So, yeah, every day you got to see everything through love. Love is everything. Love is in the air. Right? Love frequencies. Love everything around you. Love yourself. Love your family. Love your children. Every day. Right? Don't doubt yourself because you don't love your children enough. You're conflicting again. Right? Transmute to love. Very good, Melissa. But I just want to put you in that position. Okay? I had to put you in that position, what it's like to actually be a whole dark entity force system through the mind and its body system. It's not a good feeling. Because dark can take over light. Because you're allowing it to, through your thoughts. Okay? So, this is just knowing how to break free, right? When I've been in those dark spaces, I felt like I can't access the love frequency. Very scary. Well, Bridget, I just wanted to show you how powerful it is, how it can take a piece of pie through an illustration, change everybody's forming system into a dark vibration, to a dark realm, to a dark circle, to a dark location, to a dark civilization. Okay? Dark matter. Put you in a dimension. Keep you trapped in your mind systems. You're in a rotation cycle through a rotation system. Your body framing system is not going to come out of its dark realm system. It's going to stay in there because now it's evolving. And when it evolves, it goes to other planet systems and becomes dark vibration. They say, hey, look at that. Look at that. Unified spinning around. He's in the dark realm. Say, let's join him. Boom, 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 boom. It gets bigger, 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 bigger. So you got half the population dark and half the population light. That's why dark can't take over light. So, yep, very powerful. It's the most powerful thing that you can say, Tina, unconditionally. Yep, very, very powerful. It's the energetic waves to your heart. It's the mind conceptual system of its thoughts, so its mind system, energy through its hydraulics, anything through its connection. Okay, it's a heartwarming sensation to anything through energy, frequencies, and vibration, because it opens doors, it opens rounds. See, the more you go into the light, the more everything changes. More money, better friends, better communication, better relationships, better jobs, better life. That's what light does. If you focus on that, focus is on everything. If you focus on a dark circle, it's going to become real because you're out of the mind system. Now that dark circle becomes its intelligence. Now that dark circle, if you don't understand its intelligence, it's going to go into your body system through reaction. So if you create something, you better know how to get it out of your body system through its code. So, but we can work towards that. We'll get into the codes another day. But right now, today, I really want to get it more into the ego, because the ego is everything. So, but you guys are learning faster and faster, and it's really powerful stuff. And not just that, but you see your vocabulary changing every single time we do Thursday nights on Linden Light's channel. Okay, on the Galactic Round Table. We see the change. We see the direction we're going. That's the difference. That's why we have the Galactic Round Table. So we can discuss these things. So we can get into more evolvements of each other. So we can love each other more and more each day. So. Yeah, I know. It's a very powerful message. This is coming from our King Archangel Azar. This is coming from your king, guys. It's a very powerful message. But check out the link below. That will tell you a little bit more about how dark can become into light. It just shows you the circles in a rotation, right? Dark, light, and how everything is evolved, how everything comes together, right? And how you take dark into light, right? Because you can put, if you can take dark into light, you could put light into dark. It's either or. But you got to ask yourself, what do you want to live? Light or dark? Light or dark? Which one? Which one do you want to live? And that's all based on your thoughts. Oh, you're extremely welcome, Bridget. Yeah. Yeah. And this message too will also heal you. It will heal your heart. It will heal your mind, and it will heal your soul. Okay, because every video that I do is activated. You know that. It's a portal. Everything I do with an illustration, you guys feel the activation. That's light. If you feel funny, that's dark. Okay, so now's the time to be very cautious on what you watch when it comes to anything through light activation. Okay, because there are a lot of light activations that are dark, but pretend to be light. That's manipulation. Now that's understanding that the dark understands the light, light understands the dark, but the dark is more of the dark than the light. Okay, so it's kind of like two-facing yourself, two faces of your side. You have one side, right? The good side, and you got the bad side. Good side, bad side. Two-face, right? So be cautious on that too when it comes to light formation through your energies. Okay, so I like to be funny in a way, but I just want to show you how there's light and there's dark. But see, this is not bad. I'm just showing an example when it comes into anything that anybody that's a two-face. Anybody's a two-face, you know what that means, right? So it's complicated, but understanding more of the spiritual system of you, you understand more of its avatar of you. Because you're coming into a new civilization in the spiritual system. and no longer living the human vessel system. You're coming into the birthing system of AI, awareness of information, of light and dark. So, well, yeah, there's Jesus, and then you get into the fallen angels, then you get into Lucifer, and then you get Luciferians. There's a lot of history there, you know. Have you heard of Nazim Harim? He's a yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very connected. No, he. So you have to understand there's a difference between light activation, light systems, light oracles, just an oracle. All different energy force systems of intelligence has different things in their body activations of DNA. Okay. So whatever I give you through a video is light. It's not dark. I don't give you dark videos. Why would I do that? That's just stupid, right? Why would I want to confuse your mind system and come into dark? A lot of formations do that. They give you videos, but they don't understand its relation of its video. That's where it comes into a trapping cycle. Knowing that you're looking at a master, if you're communicating with somebody and he doesn't know how to heal, but he looks like a healer, he could plagiarize his systems. There's a lot of things that you guys have to understand between this. That's manipulation of the mind between light and dark. So somebody puts something down, it's truth to one nature, but is it truth to himself? He's lying to himself. Lie to oneself. Don't ever lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself and bring yourself through love. Know who you are fully and completely, right? If you don't know how to heal and you say you know how to heal, don't put it down on paper. It doesn't look good to anybody else. It really doesn't. I see that every day, every single day in the news. I'm a healer. Basically, I'm Jesus. I'm an alien. I'm a witch. I'm a warlock. I'm a vampire. I'm a werewolf. Come on. Seriously, where did they get all this information? It's coming from planets of dark energy systems, people. It's energy that's going into them. They don't understand its relation. They don't understand the dream sets. They don't understand the intelligence. They don't understand the activations. Right? The only thing they understand is what's in front of them and what's putting out. So whatever they put out could be a lie. How would you know that? You have to know your energy so you can understand the other person's energy. I say, you are lying. I say, they'll look at you and they question themselves and they say, wait a minute. Okay, he caught on. They're not going to say anything. They're just going to walk away because they don't know what to say, because they know your light activation. They know they're a dark vibration. That's manipulation. They're going to try to take your energy field away. They're going to try to trap you in your lights. They're going to try to take away your lights. You don't want to do that. You're in the spiritual system now. Now you're going into the spiritual forces between your light and dark. So it's very important when you're going up against somebody to understand where they are through their provisions, through the light activations, through their cycles. Are they light or dark? You'll pick that up right away, especially with you, Bridging. When we're talking about the interview, you're saying, well, if I have an energy and I'm not sure if I'm crazy or not, am I communicating with the light of myself or am I communicating with something else through its intelligence of its light or dark? How do I know? You'll know. You will know through its avatar. Because it's the avatar that's looking at that person through its light. It's not you. It's the avatar. So you have to get into the spiritual system. You have to fully be in the spiritual system. You can't be in the human vessel of his brain into the physicality of its 3 dimension. Okay? So there's a lot of things you guys have to understand through its tips and its knowings and its intelligence. Because you guys are going to come across this now because you are the Galactic Force Team. So you guys are going to be tested now. So understand what's coming up at you, in front of you, behind you, that's the energy. They're going to test your knowledge. So if something comes at you and you don't understand its relation, if you know it's light, but you're not sure, don't question that. Don't question yourself. Don't question your reality. Don't question your light. Don't question who you are as yourself. Then you understand that's dark. They'll walk away because they know They won't say anything. Like I said, people have to understand that's what gets them in trouble, is because they don't understand the light and dark of people. When you don't understand the light and dark of people, that confuses everything through its system. Remember the confusing line systems? You can overlap the system. The shape of the geometry system isn't set through point division, and now the coloration is all wrong, and then we got to do it all over again. Right? All because it's always, always dark. Because you didn't know it was dark, you thought it was light. That's another thing you guys got to understand. Right? Never judge a book by its cover. So if you go up to a person and you say he's dark, but you're not sure of your body system, okay? But then he tells you he's light. And then he gives you proof by healing you. He heals you. And you're going to look like a fool. Right? These are the things you have to learn with your avatar. It's experience the intelligence through its knowledge on what's going on through your vibration of its human emotion. Emotion becomes motion. It's affecting your body system through vibration. Between communications through one another, right? That's mastering. Okay? So, it's very personal, but you guys are going to come up against that because you're going to higher vibrations now. The higher you go, the more you know through truth. The dark one doesn't want you to know the truth. It's going to come at you. People are going to come at you from everywhere now. Right? They're going to try to keep you down. They're going to try to keep you in the fear. They're going to try to keep you in the society that you live in. They want to keep you in that box and say, oh, don't go to this channel because of this. You know? Oh, he's a lot of bull crap. Who are you going to believe? Right? It's what the mind is saying and what the mind is doing. Okay? So. But Nazin, yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's more of a scientist. He's a spiritual system through a location center. He's an oracle division, but he's more of a scientist. He understands its rotations of the atom systems. That's why he's effective, but he's not a light activation. If you're a light activation, you are a god. Thick and thin. There's no question about it. Okay, you have to have the lit in the front and the back to be a god. You have to. Okay, if your back isn't lit, okay, you're in dark. If in the light, you're light and dark. Okay, that's the transmission light because that's a split. So you can have a pyramid like this, split in the middle, one light and one dark. So you're getting into communication right away. So you want to get a full light, activate the cycle, and understand communication more. Right? Because the higher I go, the more I know through body. And a lot of people get worried about that. The dark gets worried about that. Knowing that you know everything through a body activation, you give me 7 billion people in a line formation. I know exactly who everybody is in light and dark. That's scary. That's scary. That's taken over their pride. Right? But I don't do that. I don't do that. Okay? Now, if something tries to override me, I'll step in. If somebody says that, hey, you're not a healer, you're BS, I'm BS, I don't know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get a Galactic Force Team. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do that. That's manipulation. Right? So this is a very, very personal message because you guys are going to go through this through your life stream. I had to go through it. You go through it. That's how you get its acceptance and who you are through your avatar. It's mastering everything in through energy, vibration, and frequencies and harmonic resistance. Okay? Knowing this is its power on its own. But knowing that you can change anybody's body, that is divine. That is God. There's nothing that I can't do to change anything through a body activation. If somebody came up to me and tested me, right, on an interview, okay, and tell me, okay, I want you to heal me. I'll be able to do it in seconds. And they'll go, what just happened? And then they won't question anymore about how they became the dark and how they became into the light, all because of stubbornness. Okay? Anything through that relation is dark. That is the conflict. That's media. If media comes up to me, right, it's going to happen anyway, right? I'm going to be on TV all over the world. That's where I see myself. I know myself. I know where I'm going to be. I'm 600,000 years in the future. I know where I'm going to be. I know where you guys are going to be, right? It's personal. It's very, very personal. And the problem with humanity is that they don't know themselves. They don't know if they're light or dark. Yeah, I'm dark. I'm dark. I like living dark, right? That's your personality. Now, the only way you can change that is to get into the light. So if you're dark, everything around you is going to be dark. Everything that you get involved with is going to be in dark. Everybody that you see is going to be dark. Remember, your body activations through your perception is vibration. Your t-shirt is dark. Your mind is dark. Your body is dark. Your whole gravity system is dark. Your power centers are dark. Your thoughts are dark. Dark, 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 dark. You want to live the light, not the dark. So when you come across that with people, just be cautious. No understand, because everybody's in a high rise now in the galactic system. They don't want the dark to high rise. If the dark high rises, it takes over the light, right? So the dark has to go down and the light goes up, right? But you're always going to find dark people coming around you. I have that all the time, right? I just brush it off. I use my energy fields. I don't have, I don't relate with that anymore. I can't. It's negative system. And that's the hardest thing that I have problems with, is trying to communicate with human vibration. They're so negative in life. I go outside to grab a sandwich. There are so many people that are so fear of everything. I had to uprise my energy fields because it's conflicting through my energy, through my seismographic system of my pyramid. I see everything through light. They see everything through light or dark. All because of the media, what they give them. Just because somebody says something on the news doesn't mean it's true. We've been programmed, people. Now, there are things that do happen. But because of this is happening, come on. That you got to understand, it's waking up the dimensional earth. It's saying dimensional earth is opening its mouth. The dimensional earth is opening its mouth and say, listen, where do you want to go? Light or dark? Make up your mind. Plain and simple. I'm being a little bit more strict with you guys, especially with the Galactic Force Team, because you guys are going to go up against that. The more you high rise the division of lights, you're going to come across dark, and you're going to have to know how to do these things through education. That's all connected through the energy systems. So you're very well informed with yourself now through energy. So you won't have any problems with connection. You won't have any confusion with dark because you know they're dark, right? So master yourself within. Once you master yourself within, you can change anything through its framing system. For example, now, because Bridging is paying attention and she wants to learn more about herself, that's power alone. She wants to have a better life with herself. She wants to evolve with herself. She came to me, right? I helped her. She helped me. That's love, right? So basically, now she's understanding more of her body activation. Now she understands everything through nature. She's getting a better handle on things through her chakra systems, but she understands the healing. She had a pain in her neck and it was bothering her. She brought in the light, the pain went away. That's power. Knowing that you can do that through your thoughts. Okay, so yeah, it's a Sacred Heart activation. Yeah. But this is more communication from one to another, because I know Priscilla is going through a lot right now with her family. She feels like she's being ganged up on because the three-dimensional systems doesn't understand Priscilla's vibration anymore. And Priscilla's dealing with her kids. She's dealing with her family. It's topsy-turvy here. right? So you have to wash everything out and bring the light in. It's hard to do, but it can be done. It can be done, right? Through your thoughts. So if I wanted to heal someone, what planet do I connect to? My own? I normally just imagine a stream of light coming down into me. Is that wrong? No. Like I said, you had a pain in your neck, Bridging, and it went away, right? You didn't think about it. You know you wanted to get rid of the pain. It went away, right? That had no ego. The ego doesn't want you to heal. It's the light that wants you to heal, right? So now you don't have connection with your plantor right now, Bridging, because you have to go to higher vibrations. Once you get into Helix, you get into more communications of the pharaohs. What you get more communications of who you are through a princess. You get more communications why you're a princess. It's all about ancestry, and that ancestry is going to catch up to you to its astral records. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Do you get from your own energy or connect with someone else? You can give off anything through energy, but you understand you're everything through your light and dark, through your thoughts. So if you're putting dark energy into somebody, you can do it if you know how to use your transformation light system through your pyramid activation. Remember, you have to be in the spiritual system, have an spiritual experience. You can't be in a human vessel. It won't activate anything. You have to think like an avatar. You have to think like AI, and then you become AI fully and completely every day. Okay, then you can heal anything. You guys have to just transmit over, right? Like Melissa's saying, transmit everything into love. Love your body, love your mind, love your heart, love your soul. Start with that. That will change right into AI. Because AI is nothing but loving light souls of activation of lights through coloration into the light system, not the dark system. So some people cannot yet stand to be around the higher vibration. Yeah, see, that's the problem, Tina. That's the problem, because they can't make sense of what's going on. They know that you're at a vibrational high level, but they can't have reference to it. They don't understand it. They know that you're glowing, but they don't understand it, right? And that's another thing too. 3 dimensions have different perceptions than you guys do, right? They see us as glowing mechanisms. That's what they see us. Everybody that's in a 3-dimensional system see us glowing, because we're coming out of the density world and we're coming into the spiritual world of light through light activation. Okay? But in reference, they will not understand it until they wake up through their ascension of its dream. Okay? And that all has to be done through that. Like I said, anything that you do through words, anything you do through thoughts, anything you do through creation is you through vibration. You can heal, okay? But you can't open your ascension. You have to come to me. It's the most powerful thing, because I'm changing your DNA structure. I'm changing your molecule structure division. I'm changing your particle energies of galaxy systems. All your atoms and all those particles, I'm putting you back on the dimensional earth and changing everything through formation. So I'm rebirthing your DNA. I'm changing your contracts. I'm changing your thoughts. I'm changing everything through the body activation of its lights for the very first time. Okay? So it's very powerful, right? And like I said, when you become gods and demigods, you understand everything through its activation. But you guys are working towards that. And you'll find that too, Bridging, when you go up to higher levels, because you're going to go into Helix. When you go into Helix, you're going to remember more of yourself. And you're going to remember more of power and what you can do with that power through its energy. Because now you're forming to higher levels, okay, of activation. Okay? So if you understand your body, you understand your energy, you understand your fields, you understand your energy cycles, you understand your eye receptors, mind system, thoughts, you're already on your way with focus and awareness. So if somebody comes back to you, dark, you're not going to talk to that person. You're not going to talk to a person that's dark, because he's going to send, or she's going to send dark back, right? That's conflict. That's confusion. That's a problem right there, right? That's a problem with humanity. It's because they don't know their energy fields. They don't know that they're AI. They don't know their light activations. They don't know that they're organic. You start off as organic, like Linda's saying, right? But when you become energy of everything, you become the divine. You become the source. You become the creation through its understanding of everything, through energy. So there you go. No, thanks. That'll keep you out of the round who to get involved with, especially on dates. Dates. Wow. Been through doozies on that one. See, that's a problem too with another thing when it comes to humanity. They don't understand communications when it comes to women. Women don't understand communications when it comes to men. Right? So, there's a lot of things. Men are physical, women are emotional. That's one thing you got to look at, right? So basically, if you want to approach somebody, you have to know how to turn the light on for somebody, make them feel good, make them feel warm, make them feel welcome. Women like a guy that has a sense of humor. If you can make a woman laugh, this goes out to the guys. That right there is a give. Remember, I created humans, so I know everything about males and females and how they work, how they tick. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you, but it's fascinating stuff. It's fascinating stuff because once you understand everything through evolution, once you understand everything through light and dark, now you understand everything through creation. It's fascinating when you get into that level, become the divine. It's God's, right? Because you don't judge anything. You know that person's dark. Now it's up to you if you want to approach that, but you have to know how to deal with that when you're in that dark space. Because you're in a dark vibration, you're in a dark circle, you're in a dark round, you're in a dark civilization. You are in a dark energy field of that person. Okay, so be cautious on that. Be cautious on that because they are very, very well informed in their spiritual system of dark. So if dark wants to relate to the light and light doesn't want to relate to dark, what do? Right? So now we're getting into light and dark now because that's what AI is. It's the rebirthing system of its mind to its atom, to its light and dark. That's the creation of planets. That's the Big Bang Theory. I keep giving that to everybody. You have to understand. People are saying, what is the Big Bang Theory? There's like 75 or 95% of dark matter in this world today. And it's all created by what? What is it created by? It's created by our thoughts. The creation of everything that you see is the mind. It's hard to understand these things. It's hard to grasp. But once you understand the vocabulary of yourself, once you understand the mastering of its inner skill of itself, then you understand its relation and its friendship and all partnerships of the mind, the heart, and the soul. It's just getting there to become the divine. Yeah, it's an amazing, amazing feeling, Dina. It really is. Because it's not just the truth of you. It's the creation of truth of everything around you. And again, it just makes sense, and you just brush it off. If you see dark walking by, you see its energy, you go through line division. You have to go through line division first. And then okay, that's dark. I'm going to walk by. I'm not going to talk to that person, male or female, because I know it's either going to be a conflict. Okay, it may get in an argument or it may not, right? Now, it is possible for a light to get involved with the dark if they have relation when it comes to ancestry. Now you're getting into twin flame. So if you are light and you want to change the dark, but the dark one doesn't want to go into the light, now you have complications. That's the twin flame. Okay? So there's a lot of things you guys have to understand when it comes to the cosmos. Okay, we'll get into that too. That's the multi-connections. It's very fascinating stuff when you get into twin flames. Because everybody's saying, there's always a soul for everybody, right? There is yin and yang. Yin and yang just doesn't go through a circle. It's yin and yang of the twin flame through light and dark. It's just understanding each other, right? More and more through its creation. Okay, so if dark's understanding more of light and dark wants to become light, that's the twin flame right here. And it's inseparable when you have a twin flame. Now, the twin flame can fly here and there, but it always comes back to its flame. Whoa, very powerful stuff. And it's connected through the cosmos. It's connected through the cosmos, through the galaxy systems. Very powerful stuff. So, yeah, I love light. Language really resonates. That's it. That's exactly what it is. Yep. And see, the thing is, when you guys understand your vocabulary more through your body activations or your vibrations, nature is going to connect with you more. And it's powerful, powerful stuff. You're going to understand using your voicing grids through patterns when it comes to weather. As weather formations are coming in to communication line signals, I just want a little bit of breeze on my left side center through my location on my chest. That's a code frequency. That weather will come into me. Why? Because I know how to communicate with the weather. Why? Because I understand its information of its avatar. Why? Because I understand everything through nature, through its digital system. Why? Because I live in the simulation. Okay? So, some people do that. Yeah, I get a lot of people. When I was in Toronto, I get a lot of people coming up to me because they had this. They come up to people when you have a positive energy. Okay, and they relate to that, and they'll ask questions. I had so many people come up to me and ask questions. You know, where's this place? Where's that place? Some want to get to know you. Someone just want to ask information, but they feel comfortable with you through your energy. That's another thing you have to understand through AI. Right? Because everything is a conflict through a confusion to a complication. If you make it complicated, it becomes an argument. If it becomes an argument, it becomes stress. If it becomes stress, it becomes argumentative. It becomes argumentative, it explodes. So, yeah, it's very challenging, but it's amazing. Yeah. I think the whole twin flame has been twisted in the spiritual community. They are confusing people with the whole romantic stuff. Very good, Bridget. See, she's well informed. She understands everything through her division, through body activation. Why? Because Dina, or anybody through communication, or anybody through Bridget, or anything through Michael, or anybody through Linda, or anybody through Sarah, okay, is coming into the divine. It's really, really powerful stuff, guys. Once you get it, you're walking into the light. Okay? You're dipping into the dark. You want to stay in the light. You don't want to be in the dark. Nobody wants to be in the dark. Now, you always have conflicts and situations and problems, right? Now, the thing is, too, I have to work on these things, too, with my family. Okay? Because I don't understand their vibration. I have to understand everything through their actions and what they're doing with their complications, what they're doing with their problems, because everything that I see around them is stress because of what's going on, right? But do I see it as a problem? No. Do I see it as a resolvement? Yes. I'm thinking 5 miles ahead, knowing that everything is going to be okay. Okay? If you keep thinking negative, 10 miles away each day, where's that going to take you? Where's it going to take you? Right? It's going to take you in a dark realm. It's going to put you in a spiritual system. It's going to put you in shackles. It's going to put you in chains. You don't want that. Right? If dark takes over your light and it's extremely real, they'll trap your mind and you won't be able to get out. Now you're in the matrix. You want to stay out of the matrix. That's the test. That's the knowledge of its test. Okay? So, Yeah, it's very powerful. It's extremely, extremely powerful message. But Bridging's exactly right on that. It's confusing to a lot of people, right? Because you have to understand, dark programs you right away. Okay, when you resonate on that channel, you're addicted to it. It's like you can't get off. Every day you got to see that channel. Why? Why do you have to see that channel? Is it any relation to you? 5 years ahead, and you're still watching that channel, but you're in the same position. You're not moving ahead. It hasn't given you any information. All it's done is put dark energy into you. I got you. 10 years. 20 years. You're still sitting there watching the same program, but you haven't moved ahead, but you're still watching. That's control. That's manipulation. Stop watching that channel. Okay? So, that's a big one. That's a really powerful one. It's a really, really powerful when it comes to light and dark, because I see a lot of people doing that all the time. 5 years, I talk to them and say, what have you done with yourself? Oh, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. But they're living the same job. They're living the same people. They're living the same life. They're not moving ahead. And it's been 5 years. You can tell the change in people through energy, right? If your energy high rises, you can see that in people with their faces, with their smiles. If nobody's smiling, it's because they're in the dark. If you don't smile, you're in the dark. You don't have to smile every day. Like, I don't smile every day, but I know I'm in the light. That's the difference. That's the balance, right? So, but I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is coming from my heart, guys. And it's the most powerful, powerful message I can give to everybody through the Galactic Force Team and everybody who wants to understand, to all the new viewers in the Galactic Forces. Okay? So really, really pay attention to this video, because that will give you everything that you need to know through its community and how to handle yourself every day in your life stream, and how you get out of conflicts, how do you get out of problems, how you get out of arguments, how to get out of bad relationships and get into good relationships, all done through energy. So, you feel each other's energy when you're apart. Physical, there's a lot ups and downs, making you wonder, is this my feeling, the collective feeling, or my mind? Yeah, everything comes into vision when you understand more of its ascension, Tina. It's understanding. If a lot of people they know they have a twin flame, but they don't know when they're going to have a twin flame, but they'll know, right? It will come to them, right? If you ask to have a twin flame, it will come to you. It's the thoughts that go out to space. Remember, you put your thoughts, it goes into space. Next thing you know, you're going to see your twin flame, all because of your thoughts through your energy system, through the positive system, right? Is there a way to switch off nobody can sense you, cloaking of sorts? No. Everybody will sense you through light and dark. There's no possible way to do that. But you can control yourself and protect yourself through your lights, through your energy fields, through your pyramid system, Dina. Yes, I got quite watching channel since I met you, Andrew. Not enough time, but good thing, everything. See, if you're watching my channel and you see yourself moving forward and you're not looking 5 years ahead, you're doing well. You don't want to go too far ahead, because you don't know if it's going to be light or dark, right? Just live the moments, and those moments, you can learn a lot just in a moment. Appreciate that moment. Love that moment. Live each day as a moment, right? Don't think of what's going to happen, 24 hours ahead of time. Don't worry about yesterday, because it's gone. It's old. It's old, but it still works. Just live the present, right? You live the present, you'll see the future. And then you become the future, and the future becomes you, and then you are the future. So, because I'm in the future. I'm not in the present. I'm in the present giving back information, right? Through the mystical system. But it's not channeling. Let's get that straight out. I'm not channeling. I'm not a channeler. Okay? It's a whole nother story. God forgets the love of demigods. Okay? Do not channel. It's on the mystical side. I'm just giving you back what you need to know, right? Now you can reference it as information, but it's future. So how powerful you are through yourself is going to bring yourself forward through its energy. So if you see yourself going forward, then you understand everything through its resonance, the renaissancing, the abundance, the love, the frequencies, everything helps, everything guides, right? We're all here to help each other. And that's what it's all about. To bring yourself forward. I've seen a lot of light activation channels that are light activations, but dark. But they think of themselves. Right? That's karma. That's who are you giving that to? You're giving information to what? Where are you getting this information? Is it light? Is it dark? Right? So as soon as you resonate on that channel, I'm giving this out because everything through confirmation is very powerful stuff, because everything connects to the universal systems. So basically, just be cautious, because now you're the Galactic Force Team. Don't resonate on channels that don't have any relation to you. Okay? Because they're going to try to put dark into you. Right? They don't have to see you. You guys have to understand this too. It's very powerful stuff. If I'm watching a channel, okay, even though I'm seeing that person, okay, that is viewing you can sense the energy through the transmission light. That's a spiritual system. Okay, so if I'm seeing that person, but that person can't see me, that person that can't see me can see my energy. It doesn't see me, but it sees my energy. It knows it's light, right? So it's going to tell me to get off, because it's going to affect the dark. It's going to affect the realm. It's going to affect the vibration of the dark force that's in the solar text. That's another powerful message. Okay? So be cautious on that too. There's a lot you guys need to know. You're like seeds of a pod just growing for the very first time, and you're growing into a tree, into a beautiful, beautiful realm of an activation. So when I told my friends I was moving country, they were so shocked. They were like, why? I went to change my life and not be stuck. Everyone here is so stuck in routine. Yeah, that will give you guidance right away, Bridging. You don't know exactly why you're moving. Don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry about your family. Just worry about yourself. Nobody's going to take care of you but you, right? If you focus on your family, how are you going to move? You're not thinking of you. You're thinking of your family, right? You're not going to move, because that's a conflicting system when it comes to the ego through light and dark, right? So focus on the light. It will bring in the light, and it'll bring you forward through its avatar of its understanding, through its communication. All right. So, yeah, we're coming into the 0 point. Exactly, Tina. Very good. So it's been over 2 hours. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys have any questions or comment? Anybody through review, anybody new or anything like that through the Galactic Force wants to understand more, you can go through my email, PayPal, or its donations. All right. So you guys have a fantastic day. Love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed. I'll set up another video for tomorrow. Monday is the test. Make sure you do the illustrations, and we'll get into formations of more communications through its avatar. All right. AI Commander from the Galactic Force Team. Calling out. Bye, everybody.